Hello and welcome to Reviews. Why do I do this to myself? I just read two good comics in a row. The past 2 days, Ironheart, very surprised. I liked that book. and I took the recommendation for Batman Beyond 26. I liked that book. And so tonight I gotta do Man-Eaters. You may notice that this has a little thing in here. I've already punched this book. I've already hit this book. And then we got Butters here, who's going to clean herself, because she can't even get the stench of this off of her. Huh? Huh, little one? So anyway, tonight I will be announcing the winner for the Magik figure, the Walgreens-exclusive, the second one. I checked the shipper on the other one I sent out. Technart should have that by Monday. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this book. But actually, you know what? Let me take a step back. I want to tell a little story. I go to a comic shop, my main shop here. It's been around for decades. And they don't order everything. Basically, if you wanted something that's not the Spider-Man or Batman or the main selling titles, they do have a little smaller selection of, I guess you'd say, not the big two. But for the non-big ones, you have to put it on your pull list. And yeah, they know not to order everything. That's how they're still in business. So I have two backup stores. One of them is pretty much all comics. And they have the action figures and Funko Pop. It's just comics. And but I don't really like where it's located at. It's in a very busy plaza, and it's always a pain in the neck to get in and out of there. The other one is a new comic shop that's only been open for about a year. And yeah, it does comics, but they also do books and I've seen coloring books in there. They have people come in. They actually do one of those, I think, adult coloring. I think I saw one of those things go on. But they're really nice there. And it's kind of interesting because the other shop, I'm trying not to name shops here. I don't want to name drop. My other backup is the one with all the toys. It's very male oriented. The other one, the one I went to today, I believe it's owned by women. There's one woman there, I don't want to mention her name, redhead, really nice lady. And I think she has I don't know if the other person's a co-owner or works with her, another woman. And you can tell it's more of a feminine shop, and nothing wrong with that. They don't have all the action figures and all the stuff like that. They have actual books there too, which is pretty cool. And yeah, they have recommendations and stuff. In fact, they were the ones that recommended Empty Man to me a couple weeks ago, and which I really liked. So why am I telling you all this? Why am I wasting all the time on that? Because when I went in to pick up Man-Eaters, like I said, I forgot this came out. So I had to go to one of the backups. I happened to go to the women-owned one. And so I brought this to the counter, and I grabbed the last issue. And they were raving about this book, how much they love it, which I thought was interesting because I've been trying to wonder who would like this book. And I think I said in a previous video, this book is for Chelsea Kane and her friends and maybe a couple of Tumblr followers. That people don't read this book. They say they would support it. They say they buy it, but they're not buying it. I can't believe that. Until I had the conversation with the comic shop owners. And they were raving about how much they love this book. And I'll be honest, I was a little dumbfounded. And I even said, yeah, I didn't recognize the cover at first. I didn't realize what it was supposed to be. I didn't really look at this. And at a glance, it looks like the, recycle things where would be like a soda bottle. I didn't realize exactly what it was. And the main woman I talked to, the redhead, was expressing how she was disappointed that they didn't do a alternative cover for this. That they because the first issue had the the Dollar More variant, which had the sparkles, and the previous issue had the iridescent cover, and she was kind of bummed that this didn't have like a stained steel looking cover. And then the other owner chopped in, jumped into the conversation, that she said, "Oh, have you seen the cover for issue 6? It is awesome. It is so, I can't wait for that." And during this conversation, I realized, and this went on, we talked about this book for 5, 6, 7 minutes. We never mentioned what was inside the book. I didn't really want to, just tell them, yeah, I'm buying this book because it's a train wreck and I hate myself. And this is how I self-flagellate for my sins of the past, is by reading this book. But then I realized they never talk about what's inside the book. They've only been talking about the covers. Oh, and by the way, I looked up the issue, the cover for issue 6. It is very disturbing. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to show that, to be honest. And they were excited about it. And it just reminds me that Chelsea Kane is a edgy teen. At least she acts like one. Yeah, you see this? Yeah, in your face. In your face. And I have some theories that I'm going to talk about later on in the video. But let's just go ahead and jump into this. So we start off, I'm sorry, Butters. Oh, yeah, I was wondering, who is this Katie Lane that, contributes to Swagger? I did some research on this, and it's kind of a common name, but the most famous Katie Lane that I've found is a romance novelist. So I don't know if that means anything. So we go back to 6 months ago in the health ed class. Now, when I was in school, they did not do co-ed. They separated the boys and the girls. So you wouldn't get jerks like this saying, "Yes, testosterone is awesome." So in this book that they're giving out, What's Happening to Me and Can It Be Stopped? We have the testosterone meter. High levels of testosterone in boys may cause an increase in math proficiency, hunting ability, impulse behavior, speeding, carousing, facial hair. Really? Yeah. Now, again, they live in a world that seems to be propaganda. It's like our world, the way these ultra-left SJW feminists see it, where everything's against the women, and even the government is against the women. Never mind all the programs and all that benefit only women that you can't get as a guy. So yeah, down with patriarchy, because, yeah. And so, it's that there's really no, in this book, there's no negatives, but math proficiency, really? Now, yeah, there have been studies, no matter how much you want to deny it, studies show that boys are better at math than girls. Now, whether you want to say this is an application thing, that the math is not as interesting to girls so they don't apply themselves to it, I don't know. There's been various studies, and it shows that boys generally do better at math. Excuse me. So I don't know what they're trying to get with this. That they're basically showing research is saying that. But if that's in the real world, if they actually said that, they would just cry about it. Because, Fifi's over reels or whatever they say. But yeah, testosterone meter, all this stuff. Surprised they didn't have race cars and wads of cash or something. And then they start having these things. The lady scraper, melt away teen anti-hair ointment, Zaptastic home laser removal machine. Okay, so talk about, boys shave too. Yeah, we do. And here's the funny thing. Women, we have to shave our faces. That's in public. You can go without shaving your legs. You can go without shaving your armpits or other areas. If you want to wear pants, or hell, a lot of women, there's that whole thing about letting their armpit hair grow. Yeah. You don't have to. But hey, I'm just throwing that out there. So then we get to the girl side. the estrogen meter. High levels of estrogen in girls may cause breast tenderness, crying jags, yelling, pimples, binge eating, brain fog, increased fat storage. It's hard to be a woman. Okay. I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that this is, like I said, there's a lot of propaganda in the book that's supposed to be, the patriarchy and all that. So maybe it is all ramped up to 11. But yeah, all cool stuff. Yeah! Oh, really? Really? Come on. Come on. I could get really political here, but I won't. It's what Chelsea Kane's going for. It's so hard. But yeah, then they talk about the toxoplasmosis X and how the surge in estrogen levels will cause another more serious change. Cells mutate, girls become transformed into cats. And then you're going to see this a few times where they're basically filling in the pages because they're doing bad layouts. So they're going to fill in with some Photoshop of cats. That's what I'm going to do. What do you think, Boo Boo? Huh, Butters? You're a cat. What do you think of this book? Huh? So anyway, we come up to here to the stages of female development, baby, tween, teen, ferocious panther. Yeah. So anyway, if you're infected with toxo-S, a hormonal surge associated with menses may trigger a serious genetic mutation. This mutation will cause you to turn into a homicidal panther. I have a question. Yeah, plume in the front here. Genetic mutation. Yeah, so a genetic mutation like that means that not everyone would have it. And it wouldn't be triggered by this toxo. That's not science. That's not exactly. Those words do not mean what you think they mean. Okay, so technically that's not a question. I'm just pointing that out. And most girls are careful to avoid murdering their family and friends. Knowing your body can help keep everyone safe. Yeah, most girls would. You're stupid. Stop being stupid. So, yeah, what's a bikini wax? Turn to page 27. Really? So then we cut to the present day. If you remember at the end of the last issue, Mrs. Prescott, who is the downstairs neighbor who's watching Maud, the main teenage character, who's just started her period, goes to check on her. And it ends on a little cliffhanger. And you see she's washing the blood off her hands. And you've been in the bathroom for quite a while. I have a hemorrhoid. Now, they did say in the previous issue that when she's nervous, she ends up just saying just about anything. And it always seems to be much worse than what she's holding back. So, but yeah, she's that open. Yeah. So, she gives, Miss Prescott gives some advice on the hemorrhoid. But then Maud asks, do you know how to get blood out of cotton? And we cut to this page where, victims of the panther attacks. No one talks about all the blood. It gets everywhere. Stop that! I'm sorry, Butters. I need to stop attacking the book. No, because you ultra-left feminazi type, that's all you talk about is the blood. You've had tampons on the cover of your own book. Issue 6. Look up the cover for what they're using for issue 6. Blood is all you talk about. You paint with it. I saw a thing where they're making cakes with it. You don't see the MGTOW guys making confectionaries out of their finale stuff. That's all you talk about. Okay, be calm. I'm already 15 minutes into this video. So we cut to the parents. They have had the panther attack and escape. And the father, who is a homicide detective, do I need to mention this again? Homicide detective, not an easy job to get. It's a respectable job. They don't just give this out to anyone. You have to earn it. You have to take tests. This guy's a putz. They keep showing him as basically, a loser. But you know, his wife, she's tough. Look at that. Look, you see, she's got her tank top on. She's got her hair pulled back. She can handle anyone. So he got attacked, and she pours some disinfectant and alcohol or something into it. Yeah, in the dark. Remember, they're in the dark. They got the flashlights, and she just kind of pours it over. That's not how you clean a wound. That's not how you don't just. That's not how you do it. There, it's disinfected. You enjoyed that a tiny bit, yes, because I got to hurt a man. Sorry, Chelsea Kane was being channeled through me there. Trick, you see anything? Doug isn't tall enough. I'm sorry. Have you ever tried to stand on someone's shoulders? Look at, she's just standing up there. You know, just on his shoulders. Just like that. That's almost impossible to do. It really is. Between, you know, the way flesh moves, his breathing, you know, clothing. Yeah, that's... So then, you know, she says, bring in the dogs. Oh boy, you ready? Are you ready? You're not ready. Look at all the corgis. That's the dogs we're bringing in. Yeah, hopefully the panther doesn't see them because she'll just tear it to shreds. But they're corgis, and they got little corgi butts. I say this, I actually love corgis. I really do. But this is stupid. I'll come back to that in a minute. So then we just have him, the father, sitting there, and then one of the corgis comes up and, yeah. Why? What's the purpose of having this page? So, night vision goggles on. Follow the dogs. Be safe. I'm pretty tall. Not really. So he's heard about that. He's the tallest one there. So you have no room to talk about he's not really that tall. So they switch to the night vision goggles, and remember, the homicide detective says, wait, are those night vision goggles? We don't even have the budget for binoculars. How much did those cost? The police department did not have binoculars in the budget. They can't afford binoculars. No. Stop it. Stop it. Anyway, he says, I'm being attacked. Help, it's over here. It's over here. Oh, Sally, it's just one of the corgis. You see? Look at that. And then she has to point out, you're not being attacked. You're being herded. When a weak or disoriented animal wanders off, the corgi will nip at its heels in order to steer it back to the group. And good girl Carol and talks about how this page talks about how she's bad at naming things. I think I'll call him Curtain. That's quirky. I like curtains. I say this as someone who had someone who named her pet turtle Fluffy. Anyway, let's come back to this. For one thing, if you're wearing night vision goggles, I don't think you want to be shining a bright flashlight like that. Also, remember, he doesn't have night vision goggles. He doesn't have a flashlight. He's in the dark. He feels something biting his leg. After just being attacked by a panther, you don't think you'd be a little bit tense? Yeah, I think this little fear thing, this little reaction, I think it's justified. But, yeah, remember, when it detects a weak or disoriented animal, quit. Just homicide detective, remember that. That's how Chelsea Kane views a homicide detective. So anyway, I'm not even going to talk about how stupid the mom is. We're going to name her Girl Cat, but he's a boy. That doesn't make any sense. You're not in charge of naming things. Then we see she's named all the corgis. And Greg and Merkin. Do you know what a Merkin is? Yeah. Spider-Man, huh? We snuck a competitor's name into the book. A curiosity like the Rover. Amy Pond. I have no idea who Amy Pond is. And Marsha. Okay. I understand this book is supposed to be, partially serious, partially comedy. Here's Chelsea, this message is for you. This isn't how you do comedy. This isn't how you do it. Timing. Okay, we have the characters in the dark who've just been attacked by a panther. Okay? You're getting slapstick here. You build the tension up, and then as you're getting it, starting to work it back up, in the dark, we're getting silly. Then we're going to cut to how, in the middle of, no, don't do this. As you search for the Panther, you let the drama build up. You don't get funny, because then after you get to the apex of the drama, then you do the funny part. Brings things down, lets the brain recover so that it's better prepared for the next thing of drama. It doesn't just kind of, no longer become, it becomes unfazed to it. That's how you do it. That is storytelling 101. You don't do this. You don't, get all silly and in the middle of what's supposed to be the dramatic part of the book. Because you know what? It kind of kills any type of buildup of this ferocious panther. Because you're being silly. Oh, and this. They even do the different font for the Lion Sleeps Tonight. They've been doing this in every issue. What is the importance of the tokens the Lion Sleeps Tonight? Okay, why is everybody saying this book? Is it funny? Is this an in-joke with you and your besties? Is that what this is? Because you're wasting panel. This is not moving anything along. So then more choppers. Hey, at least they gave him a flashlight. More choppers show up because the news are now hunting. They found out that there's a second big cat attack in southeast Portland. Oh, that's why he's such a weasel. It's in Portland, Oregon. Okay. You did good, Burt Reynolds, but we've reached the end of the line. And this sentence ends here. Now is this the dad's redemption? Because are those bicycle tracks? I'm a trained zoologist, and I can tell you that panthers don't ride bikes. It's physically impossible. And there he is staring at the bicycle tracks. You know what? Because I won't be showing those pages. He's right. His daughter and his friends are breaking out at night and hopping on their bikes. Yeah, he's right about this. But yeah, I'm sure they'll find some way to turn this against him to make him seem like the loser when he was actually the one that was correct. Sorry, my cat is scratching at something. And then we have this news thing where they talk about reacting to this cat attack. And for some reason we have this photo image, this actual photo, supposed to be a news thing, and oh hey, remember those panels you saw earlier? It just so happened someone was taking pictures of those conversations, huh? If you're a female experiencing spotting, lost time, or self-criticism, report yourself immediately. Authorities say that nothing bad will happen to you. And then this program is sponsored by Estro Pure. God, I gotta get through this. I'm 22 minutes in. I have so much to say about how bad this book is. So, yeah, then we cut to Miss Prescott, and when you're a star, they let you do it. You do anything. Grab by the... Yeah, we have the Trump quote. When does this book take place? This book must take place a couple years ago. Now, I'm going to channel Bill Hicks here about this quote. If you're going to use this, since you already have the pussy hat, and you're going to use that, Trump, he's right. Yeah, he is right when he said about this. I know you guys want to take it out of context because, but no, Trump is right. And here's where I'm going to channel Bill Hicks. Yeah, every rock album that you've had, every musician, your movie stars, yeah, throw them out. Throw them out. And I have one word that will prove that. Groupies. Yeah, even, let's look at Justin Bieber. Let's get who I don't even think was alive when Bill Hicks died. Yeah, Justin Bieber, you have all those tween and teen girls that are, what do they call them? Beliebers, I think. Yeah, they would throw themselves at Justin Bieber in a heartbeat. They're attracted to the fame, that's what Trump was saying with this. All the musicians, all your rock bands, with the groupies, this is exactly what he was talking about. So yeah, if you follow any type of popular media, if you have like a favorite rock band or whatever, and you sport that, yeah, you're a hypocrite. Just saying. So anyway, we find out here that, Maud leaves the health class. We'll go back to 6 months ago. The boys are drinking this Estro Pure water. Because they put chemicals in the water to keep the girls from turning into cats, from getting their period. How this actually became a law because there are other ways to prevent periods. I don't know. They put it right into the drinking water, so we have the girls only. Oh, it's are we trying to imply bring up ideas of segregation? Oh, so anyway, but Maud's brave, so she goes into the boys' lounge. What schools have huge boys' lounges like this with video games and board games? They're in health class. She left. She has to be excused in class. Why are they sitting in here? Why aren't they in class? What is going on in schools these days? This wasn't the way it was when I was in school. So she goes to the vending machine and gets some of this Astro Pure Pop. And it was my first Astro Pop. Some people prefer the original, unflavored original, but I went with cherry, then watermelon, then pineapple, then strawberry, then root beer. So basically, she's not drinking the water with the chemicals in it. She's drinking the Esto Pure. And then she brings it to the girls' lounge, which, again, when does this book take place? This is 2018. If we give a 6-month lead-in time before this was written, let's even go further back. Let's say that she wrote this issue in the beginning of the year, of January 2018. And this is 6 months ago, which would still put this in the middle, 6 months after Trump has become president. So obviously, with that quote and with they're still making campaigns and and look, the girls don't have video games and they don't have board games, but they're serious. They don't even have a vending machine, but they're serious. And it was her turn. It's her turn. God, I'm so glad Hillary lost, and I'm willing to say that. I'm glad to be part of this timeline. So yeah, this book has to take place several years ago, sometime in 2016. So basically, Maud is supplying the other girls with the pop, the water, the soda that doesn't have the chemicals in it. So, and here's the big thing: we find out that they are the ones who are leaving in the middle of the night to do whatever, that it is their bike tracks, because they haven't been drinking the chemicals that suppress this. And so yeah, the husband says, shouldn't we follow these bicycle tracks that lead away from the crime scene? And have you been listening at all? Cats don't ride bikes. So she's shooting him down. Homicide detective. But what if she's human? Like she was human, and then she became a panther monster. Yeah, he's right. And I'm going to stop at this page, because here we see that the girls are, she's handing out all the soda. Ooh, orange cream. Her turn. And it kind of happened, evolving day by day until we knew what we had to do. And then, she's got her pussy hat on still, huh? No, wait a minute. So, when does this book take place? Now, obviously, this 6 months ago. Okay. Hillary lost, but we have Miss Prescott watching TV, which had the Trump quote, and obviously the pussy hat, which happened in January of 2017 when that became big. So when does this book take place? It's obviously some type of variation of our world, but screw it. I'm stopping there. Yeah, it turns out Maud's turned into a cat, and they prove it. And this book is stupid. Now, just kick my leg up here a little bit here. I want to talk about this. Chelsea Kane, I thought she was trying to be an edgy teen. You know how you would see them writing and saying edgy stuff, like you see you see online. And I thought that was what this whole thing is, with the whole big blood thing that they're going to be doing with issue 6. Oh yeah, we put a tampon, and look, we have the disposal bin for the feminine hygiene products. That's going to be our cover. Yeah, everyone would love us. Look at this. We're so... Yeah, you're edgy. Okay? And I used to think that the SJW feminazi, whatever you want to say, their obsession with menstrual blood, I used to think it was something that it was inherently female. It is something female only. So that's why they celebrate it. And then I started thinking, well, maybe it's like an acceptance thing, because no woman enjoys getting their period. And it's one of those things like, well, yeah, we have to go through this, but we're going to make it awesome. This is our badge of honor. And yeah, we're going to put it in your face, because it'll make you uncomfortable. And that's what I thought she was doing for a while. She was trying to be edgy and trying to make people uncomfortable to get a point across. And now I'm starting to think that, and I don't know if this is true about Chelsea Kane, but maybe I think they hate being a woman. I really think that that's what this comes down to, and this is how they're lashing back at the world with the whole period blood thing, because this is so uniquely feminine. And I can't help but wonder if that's what this is, because this book is bad. It's like trying to be... I don't know what this book is trying to be. It's trying to be funny, but the jokes aren't funny. It's trying to be in your face. She can't keep a mood going, and maybe that's the moodiness. I don't know. This book is bad, and I do not know what the end game is on this. We're 3 issues in. You don't care. You find out that the teenage character Maud, she's been doing this herself. This was not some type of accidental thing where the chemicals didn't work. No, she went out of her way as an experiment to see what would happen. Oh, and there is like the ad here for, I like my estro period to pop. Yeah, certified estrogen-free sparkling water. Okay, so, I have another science question here. Okay, so the whole point of back here, let's go, I think it's mentioned somewhere in this, where they talk about the estrogen meter, okay, and how it leads to blooding, leads to the menstrual bleeding and everything. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how science works in this world, okay? Luckily, thanks to science, today girls no longer have to suffer the humiliation and cost of repeated uterine shredding. Yeah, we have that in our world too. We have that too. We have birth control. We have IUDs. This already exists. You don't need to put things in the water. But thanks to the International Hormone Initiative, menstruation has nearly been eradicated. No more... Yeah, okay, whatever. Studies show that girls who consume even 2 glasses of water a day to reduce their chance of menstruation by 99.9%. However, not everyone is normal. Can you say that? Are you allowed to say that? But anyway, my point is, so, if they're putting chemicals in the water, the hormones, to reduce the estrogen levels, why is there estrogen-free water for boys only? And why would that... I'm not understanding why... Are they putting more estrogen into the water supply as well as the hormones? What is going on with this? And yeah, there's another ad in here. Supposed ad. I don't want to show too much because I'm at the end, so I'm just going to go off to the side here. But there was something in here, something about, oh yeah, show your father or other man or boy your completed bottle, ready to pop with your favorite Estro Pop flavor. Oh yeah, it was right here. Estro Clean, the new anti-estrogen spray, specifically designed to protect what matters most. Boys! You really think this? You really think this is the world we live in, huh, Chelsea? You really think this? Do you ever go outside your social circle? This book is stupid. This book is hatred. It's under the level hatred. Why are these ultra-feminists... I don't want to ask you about your feminist agenda because I know, Chelsea, it's about hate. It's all revenge fantasies. Superhero comics are power fantasies, but feminists are revenge fantasies. I'm done with this. I went on for 35 minutes on this book. That is far longer than anyone should have to spend on it. And the thing is, it has a thicker stock cover, so I can really pound it. There's a pounding joke to be made in there. It can take a pounding. Get this out of here. Anyway, something happy. You sat through all this. You sat through 35 minutes, and I appreciate it. So let's do something in the positive and almost stripperific. You know, she's got a boob window there. Let's go ahead and choose today's winner. So this week's winner. So I have Super Gay Assistant Terry here, and I'm not going to keep explaining that joke. So let's see. Let's shake this all up. Let's see who's this week's winner. Kind of shake it up, and let's kind of keep it on camera here, so you don't think there's anything weird going on. I'm not even really looking. I'm just kind of feeling. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, put this over here. You're not losers. You just didn't win. Sorry, I don't know why I did that. Let's pull this. I need to start doing this a different way. Okay, so the winner is blank. I'm just kidding. It is upside down. It is, what did I say? Motion King. Congratulations, Motion King. You did win. So I will be reaching out to you, find out where I should send this young lady to. Everyone else, I know there's some regulars here. Your time's coming, I'm sure. So thanks for entering. I really do appreciate it. I will be doing more giveaways, and you know, as 23 for Watts noticed, I do take recommendations. If there's something you want me to look at, let me know. I got turned on to Batman 26, Batman Beyond 26. I really like that book, and so I appreciate all the feedback. And 36 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. This killed me. I can't take this anymore. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to touch that with this. We don't want this anywhere near that. So, anyway, there'll be more giveaways coming up soon. As always, keep watching. And leave a comment. I'm always listening. Sometimes I've been bad about getting back as soon as responding as quickly. I'm usually at work, and I've been working a lot of hours. You don't care. I'm just getting to the 37-minute mark just to be even. So, all right. Thanks for entering, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.